Hi, it's Katherine Turner from Daily House Publishing, and welcome to Path to the Bestseller List. So in this video today, I'm going to be talking about ISBNs. So International Standard Book Numbers. Sounds kind of boring, right? Well, no, actually, they're totally fascinating. I have dedicated a chapter in my upcoming book to ISBNs, and these fascinating little 13-digit unique identifiers have a really interesting history that I will cover in a future video and also in blogs and in my upcoming book. But today I just want to cover the essentials that you need to know as a self-published author in acquiring ISBNs, whether you need them, and just I'm going to help you understand them a little better. Okay, so number one, you do need an ISBN for any printed version of your book. So they are mandatory if you are selling a paperback or hardcover version of your book, if you're selling it through any sort of bookseller. Now, it isn't required, of course, if you are printing out pamphlets on your inkjet and selling them at the swap meet, or if you have a PDF available on your website, or if you're selling sort of a PDF version of a book on Gumroad or something similar site to that. But for any large bookseller, you'll need the ISBN for any printed version, and that's mandatory. And it also makes your book discoverable by booksellers. It's important to know that you need a new and separate ISBN for every version of your book. Number two, something that I think is misunderstood for the new self-publisher before they have published a book and are publishing their first book is that you need a separate ISBN for every variation of your book. So that would be the paperback, the hardback, the audio version, each format of ebook. So if you're gonna sell on Apple Books and Nook, Kindle, so each of those formats also requires its own ISBN. So you're gonna need multiple numbers. Another thing that you need to know is that you need a new ISBN for every variation or change to the book. So if you change the text significantly, if you change the title, if you add additional material, if you decide you want to package your book in a set, really any significant change to the book requires a brand new ISBN. So you're probably going to need at least 10. So there's one case, a third point here, where you may not need the ISBN, and that is in the case where you 100% are certain that you are only going to be selling your book as a Kindle version. Now, Amazon is the book selling giant, especially Kindle versions, so their version of ebooks. They are so big that they have their own unique identifiers, and if you have an ISBN or if you purchase an ISBN through CreateSpace, they will use that 13-digit identifier as their ASIN, which is the Amazon number system. But if you'd opt not to purchase an ISBN, they'll assign you that Amazon identifier, and then you can sell the book through Amazon without an ISBN. The thing that you need to know is that you have to be certain, well, at least you can change this, but with that ASIN, you can only sell through Amazon and through the Kindle store. However, if you do change your mind at a later date, you can purchase an ISBN, and you can then swap that number out. So you are able to apply that ISBN to the Kindle at any time, but if you're absolutely certain that you are only selling through the Kindle store, you do not need an ISBN, and that's one of the exceptions, but most of the time you do, and it is mandatory for print versions of your book. So the fourth thing to understand about international standard book numbers is that if you purchase one through a company like CreateSpace, which is essentially the publisher for Amazon, or a company like BookBaby or many others, you are essentially giving your distribution rights to that company. They are now your publisher, okay? So if you purchase an ISBN through a publishing service, then they are your publisher, and that's what it's going to appear as your imprint. That gives them quite a bit of control over your book, how it's distributed, where it's sold, and then of course that imprint is something to keep in mind. Many brick and mortar stores will not carry books with the BookBaby or the CreateSpace imprint. So you need to know that if you buy a package through one of these companies, then they are your publisher. They control that ISBN, and they have partial control over how your book is distributed and sold. So that works for a lot of people, but my preference is to go directly to the agency that issues the ISBNs and buy a block of them for myself, so I have full control. So fifth point is if you would like to purchase and control your own ISBNs for your books, you can go directly to the, if you're in the US, you would go directly to the agency that is appointed by our government to issue those, and that company is Bowker. So they sell them in individual numbers, in singles, tens, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands. It's really actually designed for the benefit of larger publishers. And as I break down the prices, you'll see. But you just go to the Bowker site. I'll include a link down below in the description. And then you have the option of buying your ISBNs direct. So what the benefit of this is that if you buy a universal ISBN through Bowker that is not controlled by another publisher, then you can declare yourself, or you can create a publishing company, a small company for your imprint that will appear as the imprint on your book. You have complete control then over how the book is distributed, which catalogs it's listed in. There are some limitations into getting into libraries and academic institutions, but there are ways around that, and I can cover that in another video, which is another topic in itself. But essentially, you are now the publisher, and you have control over where the book is listed and in which catalogs it's included. So the pricing between a single and even 100 ISBNs is significant. If you have one book and you are a first-time publisher, I suggest buying a block of 10. A single is $125 for just that number. And keep in mind that the barcode is not included, so that is sort of a hidden cost and it's an add-on, so you'll probably need a barcode too. So the single price is very expensive and prohibitive, and doesn't make any sense considering that you need a new number for every variation of your book. So I suggest purchasing the 10 a block of 10, the 10 pack, and that's going to cost you $295 for 10 of those. Do opt for the barcodes for the printed versions because you're going to need those if you want to sell them in brick and mortar stores. Or you can even really go for the block of 100. Or if you are starting a small publishing company, even 1,000. Now, to give you an idea of the price break, okay, so one ISBN is $125. 1,000 ISBNs is $1,000, so they are $1 a piece. So, and then they sell them in blocks of 100,000 or a million. Amazon gets them for like pennies or even portions of pennies. You see, it's not really designed for the best interest of the self-publisher. Although you need to kind of play the game. This may change in the future, but for now, as a self-publisher, my recommendation is to buy 10 at a time. Make sure to get the barcodes for your printed versions, and then you are the publisher and you have full control over your books and how they're distributed. So this topic I extracted from a longer video that I'm working on, and that is the top 10 mistakes that first-time self-published authors make. Working on the script for that video has grown into an extensive document, and the ISBN, understanding the ISBNs as one of the top 10 mistakes that self-publishers make really just merited its own video because of the interest and complexity of the issue. And I think I actually am going to make another video talking about Bowker and the agencies that issue them and the whole history of the unique identifiers in the ISBNs. I think that'll be interesting. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel or like this video to get a notification on when that top 10 mistakes that new self-publishers make video comes out, and the second half of the ISBN video, and I will be publishing new videos next week, so hope to see you then, and thank you for watching Path to the Bestseller List. See you later. Bye.